Good day everyone, I am Soo Hui Cheng from 6AK1 and I would like to talk about the independence history of Malaysia. Malaysia was declared a new nation on 16 September 1963. This occurred 6 years after independence. Nobody expected Malaya to become Malaysia in such a short time. This is an idea of unification had been voiced by David Marshall, who suggested that Singapore unite with Malaya in 1955. The idea was also sounded by Ghazali Shafi in 1954 and Tan Cheng Lock in 1955. Tunku Abdul Rahman was developed an idea when he stated his readiness to accept not just Singapore but also Sarawak, Brunei and British North Borneo after they had obtained their independence, and they should join voluntarily. In 1961, Federation of Malaysia is created by Britain and the Malayan Prime Minister. The creation of Malaysia is to merging the British colonies, including Borneo and Singapore, with already independent Malaya. The President of Indonesia, Sukarno, denounced that the plan of create a Federation of Malaysia is a neo-colonialist plot because it maintains the British presence in the region and also claimed that it denied the Borneans their legitimate right to national self-determination. Thus, under his leadership, Indonesia embarked on a policy of confrontation, exerting diplomatic, economic, and military pressure against British and Malaya. On 27 May 1961, Tunku Abdul Rahman having a speech in Singapore. The speech is about the Foreign Correspondents Association of Southeast Asia to put forward a public failure for a plan. This plan is for closer the political and also economic cooperation between the Borneo Protectorate of Brunei and the Borneo colonies of Sarawak and North Borneo. This speech is seen as marking at least to the public to the beginning of the Malaysia project. In July 1961, the leaders of all authorities which might form Malaysia had an opportunity to confer on the subject in a regional meeting of the Commonwealth Parliamentary Association. In this meeting, Malaysian Solidarity Consultative Committee was set out with representatives from each of the 5 territories, which are Malaya, Singapore, North Borneo, Brunei, and Sarawak. The aim of this committee included the collection of views and opinions between these 5 countries. In November 1961, the 2 prime ministers signed a heads of agreement document for a merger between the Federation of Malaysia and Singapore. In the same month, Tunku Abdul Rahman visited London and reached agreement in principle with the British government on the idea of Malaysia. The British and Malayan governments that they convinced the plan of the Federation of Malaysia included the 5 countries was a desirable aim. The merger agreement was noted with satisfaction and additional note was taken of defense arrangements. Failing to influence Malaya, President Sukarno launched a confrontation policy against Malaya on 20 January 1963. Sukarno's grounds for opposing the information of Malaysia because leader of Malaysia ignored Indonesia in Malaya's plan to set up a new country, while Indonesia was neighbor and friend to Malaysia. Sukarno claimed Malaysia to be a new kind of political structure that would ignore Indonesians' interests and weaken spirit of the Malay archipelago. President Sukarno argued that the consolidation of Malaysia would increase British control over the region, threatening the independence of Indonesia. At that time, Indonesia-Malaysia Confederation between Indonesia and Malaysia was an undeclared and imminent war over the future of the island of Borneo between British-backed Malaysia and Indonesia during 1962 to 1966 called Konfrontasi. In conclusion, the fighting lasted nearly 4 years. However, General Suharto's replacement of Sukarno, Indonesia's interest in pursuing the war with Malaysia declined and combat eased. A useful favor in the containment of the Indonesian forces was the use of intelligence. Britain had broken the Indonesian military and diplomatic ships and was able to intercept and deceive communication from a government communications headquarters listening station in Singapore. This all from me. Thank you.